I'm absolutely delighted now to be joined by the APS's Director of Education and Diversity, Monica Plisch. Monica, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to join us here today. Now, tell us a little bit, let's start off. What does your department do?
Well, we run a number of education and diversity programs that are really aimed at serving the physics community. So for example, one of our biggest education programs called PhysTech is really aimed at addressing the shortage of qualified high school physics teachers. And then on the diversity side, we have programs that address diversity and inclusion for women, minorities, LGBT physicists, and so on.
Let me just pick up on that, if I might. How important an issue is diversity within physics?
Well, it's incredibly important,
right.
Because especially as demographics change, and also physics is really dependent on bringing together the best and brightest minds.
Right.
And if we don't have a community in physics that reflects the larger community, we're missing out on some of those opportunities. So we're making a real effort.
Plenty going on.
Yeah.
So I know another thing that you're working on is STEM teachers.
Yes.
So, and you've got a report coming out on that.
So the report was really looking at what would it take to encourage more physics, chemistry, math, and computer science majors to consider teaching as a career. So we find, at least in physics, is that the most common reason that students say that they're not interested in teaching or they're not considering it as a career is because of low pay. And one of the things we found with the report that was kind of surprising is that, yes, there is a pay gap between what students could earn in industry and what they would earn in the classroom, but it's not nearly as big as what students think it is. Students underestimate teacher pay by $10,000 or $15,000. And the salaries that they say that they would want to have if they were to go into teaching are actually pretty close to the real teacher salaries that they could get. So there's a messaging issue here. And so one of the recommendations, of course, is to provide accurate information about what kinds of salaries and benefits teachers earn, what are the positive aspects of the career, along with the challenges, so that students can consider teaching as a career option along with all of the other suite of career options available to a physics major.
So Monica, what else is in the report?
So another finding that was interesting that we didn't completely anticipate is physics departments that talk about teaching as a career are the physics departments that graduate a lot of teachers. And the ones that don't talk about this as a career option are missing out. And so the challenge is to encourage more physics departments to talk about teaching as a career option, and that's the thing that actually makes the difference.
How do you do that? How do you get physics departments who are probably spending most of their time trying to do physics to actually talk about teaching?
Well, it turns out that most physics departments actually do talk about careers with their students, but there's a very big difference between, some mention teaching as a career option and other ones don't. And so I think really the goal here is to encourage more physics departments to explicitly mention teaching as a career option, to talk about the benefits, to talk about the great need for physics teachers.
Monica, thank you ever so much for joining us today. It's really interesting, thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of the conference.
Okay, thank you so much.